Hi there, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about die cutting. I just told you all about it, but I don't know why I wasn't recording. Good grief. Okay, so what I did was I showed you how I set up for mass die cutting, and I'm going to show you again because I don't know what happened. But what I do is I lay out my dies very carefully, and I use double-sided tape to stick them down so they stay in place, and then I can just keep die cutting. These are stitched. They have the stitch line. Excuse my fingers, I've been using markers, brush tip markers and stuff. Okay. So I guess I'll go ahead and cut something else out because I was gonna, I don't need to cut anything out. I can just tell you what I did. So what I do, and I have been using this Jot double-sided tape, and then I was almost out, and so my sister at the Dollar Tree, you get the Jot. So my sister got the Scotch brand. They were out of the Jot, so she got the Scotch brand. And at first I thought it was awful because I could not get it. It came with a top layer that you have to peel back. And I guess it just took me a while to figure out. I don't know if I was trapped in a blonde moment or if it wasn't as obvious to anyone else, but I'm going to show you something. Okay, this was the pull tab on the, that plaid Scotch pull tab, right? And I was trying to peel this, thinking it's like regular double-sided tape that you have to peel the backing, My gosh, I could not get it peeled, and it was impossible. And I was going to tell you all not to buy it. But then I figured out that you unwrap it, I don't know, what is that, 6-8 inches, and then you get down to the double-sided tape, and it's just normal double-sided tape. So that makes life easy, right? And then, so what I do, let me see one that's loose. Here we go. Well, that's got plenty of tape. Okay, we'll do one here. So what I do is I like this kind of double-sided tape because it's so thin. It won't affect your die or stamp. I do this for stamping too. But it's so thin that it won't affect your image quality at all. It won't have a bump or a lump because this kind of double-sided tape, it's kind of thick and gummy, and it's thicker than the Scotch kind of double-sided tape. I'm calling it Scotch tape because I'm trying to explain that it's in this dispenser that comes like Scotch tape. Okay. So what I do, and this is whatever you choose. You can choose to carefully line this up on the edge, right? And then just line it up on the edge because you don't want any tape where your finished image will be, because if I left the tape like that, then obviously you learn this stuff the hard way unless somebody tells you. Then obviously my paper would stick to that double-sided tape and it would ruin my die cut, right? Everybody already knows that, but I had to figure that out. So you can tape it like that, or just on the edge, however you want, whatever works for you, okay? And then I'm going to show you something you can do. So we've got that pushed down, and then I just take a box cutter and trim out the inside part. Okay, and then that's big enough to hold down another piece of dye if you need to. Okay, or like I said, you can just line it up. It doesn't matter, however you need to do it. Okay, so for here, what I've done is let me get some paper. I have this set up so that it will cut. Okay, we'll do yellow. That's cute. And something else. Let me see. Gotta use a little. Okay. No. I've got a lot of. Okay, we'll do this. These are cute. And these are, you know, just 6x6 paper pads. So I always trim off that you know, that line, because we're so close here. I don't want to interfere with any of it. I'm trying to look and see if I need any other. I don't know what that was for. I don't know. I think this paper is super cute, and I'm using it for Christmas. I think it kind of looks Christmassy. So then what we do is we just line it up, make sure all of our die edges are covered, and it's close. It is close. And then wherever, like here, is the die edge. I'll show you that in a second. And then here is where I'm going to put the tape. I'm clearing my die edge because I don't want this tape to be on my finished die piece either, right? So I'm using tiny pieces of paper. It doesn't take much. This is close, so I'm just going to scooch it just here. Okay. And then here, I can feel my die edges. So I'm just going to tape it diagonally to clear those die edges. So it's here and here. Okay. And then I just taped it diagonally. But I always tape my paper down just to make sure that we are getting our dies properly. And these I have I'm going to show you how to get this one too. All right, these I cut it a little close, but there I just taped. I found my die, and then I just taped that little bit of base right there, and the tape is coming up right up to the cut edge of that. I mean, I really squeezed them in on this die setup. But this is how I do them for, let me get another one of those pieces of paper. Here. I needed to trim off that much. These are color box scraps. So we're going to make sure we get this covered. We want that. We're going to overlap it just a little bit. It's okay. And then I'm going to leave myself enough to tape on this end. Okay. And then here, where we put that other piece of tape, is where we're going to put this one too. So this is my setup when I'm doing mass die cutting. And once you get the plates down, the dies down, then you can just keep running them through. And that's ready to go. Now when I do feed it through, I will have to be careful that I align it, because we're so close to the edge that if it were to shift, you know how it shifts after it grabs and you start rolling, it won't be good cuts on the edges. So you might not want to do this, but like I said, this is how I can use every bit of paper, and I don't have any scraps. And even the scraps I set aside and I can use that for something, you know. And so I've just got all these done, but I do have an extra big plate, and I do have a nice die cutting machine. But so that's my tip, just double-sided tape, and that is quick, easy setup, so you can keep, you know, die cutting your heart out. Okay. And then what I did was, with these, I did them in 5 different colors. Now this set I did all pink polka dot. These sets I did 3 different red ones, and then I will mix the tag sets to be 3 different tags for each set. So I think that's fun. I did the same with the gold. I did 3 different tag sets, and this I will use one of each to have a mixed tag set. And these it was a 5 tag set, so it will be like here and here, and it will be like a mixed set like these, all these colors. This is a brighter green than it's showing up. It's like a fun bright green. But all of these tag sets will be a mixed set like this. That's one thing I like to do when I set it up like this, is then I can have fun mixed tag sets like this. You know what I mean? Or like these. I think they look great, you know? And then I've got pockets for all of them. And then I did this set in the pearl. And then I'm going to do all of these other dies here as in next. I can probably, for all of these, now you saw how full this tray was, and then I can do all these dies in twice, 2 setups. But I mean, to get so many die cuts in just 3 plate setups is the point I'm trying to make. That I think that's just great. This is something I'm going to add to every time I run it through, just so I get enough. It kind of looks like a dog bone. I got this set of dies, and I think this is you know, like whale tabs, and you can't get them anymore and stuff. This was kind of my copy. option for a whale tap. I think it'll be pretty. It does kind of look like a dog bone in this state, but I should have used it every time I ran these through. See, then I'd have 6 more. No, I did. Yeah, 5, 6. So something like a something like a tab that you just want to build your stash, go ahead and throw it in on every die set you make. Like here, do we have enough paper? Like here, well, that's a tag there. But you know, you might have enough on the corner of your paper to build a stash like that. So just find you a little something that you like. Like I said, tabs or something, or little circles, or little hearts, or little corners. Just anything like that. Keep your little pieces with you. You know, your favorite couple, just pick one, and then use it till you think you have enough, and then pick another one or two. Right? That's another tip. Just to keep a little something extra with you, and then every time you die cut, just throw it on the plate if you've got room for it. Right? And that will save scrap and it will build your stash. Okay, those are all my helpful tips on die cutting setup. Okay, thanks so much for watching. If you have any tips and tricks, please share. Love you, bye.